2 minutes now. We've been live.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Didn't realize we were live, just here enjoying the sound bowls and the drumming. And I am welcoming you all to just go into a really good space right now. We're going to continue with the sound bowl for a couple more minutes.
And then the drum. Or are we just doing something different?
The sound bowl and the drumming. We'll include that into what we're doing right now. always have your maracas in your purse, and you always have a perfect time to pull them out and use them. So, and going forward in mindfulness, I'm going to find my instrument of sound that I will keep with me. I'm gonna figure out what that needs to be that I have, because I'm in a place this morning, just the energy of healing that we could just bring to ourselves. I really, 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 really felt not well coming in here this morning, and just now in this drumming, I felt healing coming to the body, and just watching you with the maracas, and it just brought a smile, which just brought a whole energy that made me feel much better today.
Well, I'll take a bottle and put some rocks. I swear to God, I was thinking of that this morning. I said, well, if I don't take my maracas, I had a glass bottle ready to grab a few stones from the yard and come in with a jingle.
Yeah. That's a powerful piece. The camera's right there, so I want you to not think of that. All right. Huh? A child's gonna do what a child's gonna do. Leave that alone. All right. So today we're talking about what are ways that we could bring healing to ourselves.
And one of the ways is we begin with the breath.
Okay.
As we settle ourselves into the moment after the drumming.
Okay.
Yes, with a simple few deep breaths.
All right.
Yes. That's that sound.
So we're going to take this time now to incorporate breathing.
As we simply breathe in through our nose and releasing out through our mouth with intention. In through the nose with intention. Lower abdomen expand. Breathing out the mouth with intention. The lower abdomen expand. And what is this intention as we breathe in through the nose ever so gently and releasing out through the mouth ever so gently. We breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. As you listen to your own breath, listen to the breath and feel your vibration as you simply settle into the now, this present moment, with all of our senses, all of our energy. And as we find ourselves settling into this moment in time and place and space, we give thanks for this moment to be present in all ways. We give thanks to the assistance to the remembrance of being present. We give thanks to all forms of our higher self, source energy, Mother, Father, God, the Partnataru, the Orishas, the Ifa, ascended masters, angels, archangels, deities, benevolent ancestors, and spirit guides, all assisting us on this journey of remembering. And with this portal that is open, we also intentionally settle with the acknowledgement and gratitude of our ancestors, those individuals who physically walked this earth, this third dimension. We give thanks and open up to your assistance, the assistance you've given us up to this point, today, and as we carry on. We symbolize this with the pouring of libation, the simply pouring of the water into the earth, Mother Earth, Mami Water, into Mother Earth. To symbolize the connection between the spirit world and the physical world. And as we do this, symbolically, we simply call out those names of those who have gone before, as we give gratitude and honor to you. As we call out those names, and we say Ashe after the names is being said to affirm our appreciation and gratitude for our ancestors. We may begin calling out their names now. Ashe, 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 Flora Hall, Ashe, Bertha Tucker, Ashe, Mal Tucker, Ashe, 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 Ache. 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 Ache, 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 ache. Yo! And so it is, and so shall it be. And heavenly salutations to you, Queen Mother and Becky. Chime in on the social media page there. So yes, as we settle into ourselves, giving thanks and honor. The portal is open. Let us begin our discussion.
All right. Ways to bring healing to yourself. That's what we want to talk about today. You know, what things can we intentionally do? And as a master chef started us out with the breath, you know, but healing can also be a choice of what you eat, your exercise, you know, even your thoughts that you have could bring healing to you. As I shared earlier, before we started drumming, I wasn't feeling the greatest. And just drumming and just thinking about, you know, what I want to do going forward in my day just put me into a space where I actually felt energy and healing coming to me. We have to be very conscious, especially in the season of when things don't go as we may have planned or thought about it. And then if we focus on what we don't like, we bring more of what we don't like. And that brings a malice energy to our bodies. But if we start focus on the outcomes we want, we move more in the direction of that outcome. We don't become stuck, just focused on, oh, this isn't right, that isn't right, this is wrong, that's not right. What is it you want? What steps can you take to move in that direction? Knowing that that brings about your healing and your balance. What are some things that you do, Matthew, that could bring healing to yourself?
Spending time with family.
Okay. And how does spending time with family bring you healing?
It makes me happy.
Okay. All right.
It's upstairs. You go upstairs, it is straight ahead and go upstairs.
Matthew, Malika. What things do you do to bring healing to yourself? Drawing. I would say definitely in watching some of your process as you're creating your art, and then the pieces that you produce afterwards definitely brings about, you know, healing to yourself as you shared, but to those who get to experience your work. I've had friends come and have conversations a good hour looking at a piece of work that I had hung that you did in the house. And so, yeah, artwork, definitely. Brother Tony.
Oh man, attitude. It's a lot of attitude. A lot of where you're coming from. Come from a place of healing. So, you know, like and then it was interesting with the drums when you were talking about the drums, because it's that raises your Kundalini energy, which is that serpent, which causes healing. So, and it's you raising that. So, like you say, your thought process is how it is. Drums, raising. You feel the vibrations, you know, so it's raising that vibration already. It's like, why is it stopped? You know what I mean? Well, why is it slowed down? So speed it up.
So drumming brings healing to you.
Oh, sound.
The sound bowls. Yeah. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, you know, I don't see you ever without a sound bowl. Yeah. And then you said drumming, so I was like, okay.
Not all of these different things, like the drums just got introduced because I was with the sound bowls. I was like, man, I would love to somebody play the drums to this. So
Uh-huh.
then y'all appeared, and it was like in drum circles, different drum circles and stuff. So speaking healing into your existence. So.
All right. Precious Mother Love, welcome. Thank you for being with us again on today. What do you do? What brings you healing?
Well, the vibe. You said attitude or picking I always talk about picking my vibe. I decided to stay in a healing vibration. So pretty much everything I do is about trying to heal the situation. Even when I walk into a situation where that vibration might be needed, like I try to radiate energy that's soothing, that's calming. So I'm calming myself while I'm calming others. I think as an influence. It's like I pick and choose to be healed.
Okay.
Like I am statements, So even though I say I have like a health and wellness practice, I also have that lifestyle that even if I'm not always participating myself, I encourage and talk myself back into it. And it becomes easier. So I stay in that zen zone as much as possible. I make creations. I have a business that does art therapies for healing purposes. I mean, like across the board for whatever the healing, I can't prescribe what you need. You actually prescribe it for yourself when you artistically create things, using that God energy in you, that God spark, that creative spark is soothing for yourself. So much as it is for creating something beautiful or whatever, it's definitely like if it helps her, but it also helps others.
Right.
So what is for me is also for you.
Sure.
Master Chef.
Yes, indeed. Before my personal share, I would like to share what Queen Mother and Becky shared, which is I do the breathing, I do meditation, I work with plants and the dirt, and I also draw and paint, and I play music. My drums, my shakere, and my tambourine, all these things are awesome. And I also work with the butterflies, and I do tree work. These all have helped me down through the years. Queen Mother, Maimuna Mbaki.
Thank you. She has a whole toolbox full of things that she works with to help her move into healing. I wasn't feeling very well just throughout the week, and yesterday it just took a toll on my body. And though I was aware of what was going on around me and engaging, with those around me, I felt myself having to press to get to a place of where I am today, where I'm up on my feet. And even though this morning it was like, I got to get these kids ready because I have my grandchildren with me today. I got to make sure, everything's planned out so Malika can do what she needs to do and be where she needs to be in the course of the day, as well as tend to myself while still pressing through what I was going through. And what I realized this morning when I started thinking, I'm going to do this, when I was struggling to get up, I was like, oh no, I'm going to get up. I'm going to make what I need to do, make happen. And the more I focused on, I am going to, and I will be, I was able to step into and move into that space of getting up, getting together, getting the kids washed, getting everybody dressed, putting something in somebody's belly before we walk out the door, and then coming here, to engage.
That's that mommy thing. That I am the leader. I'm motivating myself. I'm staying in control. I have to have certain things done.
Right.
So you gotta get your energy up into that place.
Right.
And you such a, in your leadership role, I thought about that this morning. I thought about you and how it would be a toll on me if I were to have to be in leadership every sacred Sunday. And I thought about, wow, that's dedication. That's the level of, I don't know if I'm at that level yet. I have things that I have committed for every month. But if it were that I had to muster up and share my sacred place, expose it to everyone in such a divine way that you do every Sunday, oh my God, thank you.
Thank you. It's to me, this was definitely an appointment for spirit, to get up and engage people in conversation, not so much to try to convert anybody to any type of religion, but to make you think about what are your life choices? What is your spiritual path? And how does that play out for you? So whatever religion you embrace, whatever practice you embrace, so that you have the foundation. If it serves you, then do what it do. Master Shep was having, can you go get the boys back? They had taken quite a bit of time to come from upstairs.
It's too quiet.
And they quiet. So, but Master and Shep was engaging in a conversation with my grandson, Matthew. They were talking about lies, And he was like, but if lies serve you, then you want to lie, then be the best liar, if that's what you want to do. Because, we always link to, you gotta be good. You gotta do good things, but there are some people who don't want to be good. And so they choose to be and do whatever it is that they're being and doing. If you're committed to it, if it serves you, then that's what serves you. Because one thing for sure, there's a balance to this world. So for there to be light, there's got to be darkness. What are you committing to, to help you in the process?
Don't be a half-ass liar. You're going to lie, do it wholeheartedly. Be the best at it. Be grand. Be wonderful. Cover up all the loopholes and the stuff. If you're going to do it, if you're going to go there, be the best.
Right. But I would say be the best at whatever you do. And I think too many times we just get comfortable in relying on other people. Or we try to ride the wave and the energy of someone else. But are we intentionally, Master Shep is really great for talking about intentions a lot. Are we intentionally each day setting forth our path or what it's going to be like? I used to work at this place with alternative kids in school. And literally, when you would walk into the school, you had to have a badge and doors were closed behind you. And it would be like prison. And most of the student body were in prison, being transported back and forth for school and then back to prison during the day, or they were on home release from prison or on their way to prison. Actively engaging in activities that was going to get them locked up. And when I would go to work, it got to a point where I would already say, man, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. The other's going to take place. And none of those things that I was saying was positive. None of those things would serve me in a way that brought me pleasure. But I was on the way, driving into work. I would say all of these things that was going to happen. And then they would happen. Not thinking at the time, I set the charge for this. I am creating, in this whole little 30-minute drive to work, I am creating my day because I have already laid out, all right, when I get there, Rock is going to be at the front door and Rock is going to cut up. When I go through the door and I get upstairs, I'm going to have to deal with Tammy because Tammy going to want to fight and Tammy's going to start some stuff. And so I'm mapping the day out. And it's interesting because it was a day where we were going to do like something for Halloween for the kids. And on the way to work, I called and said, hey, I'm going to stop and I'm going to buy some things and I'm going to get this. And so I'm putting things in motion and I'm talking to team members to prepare for what that day was going to be like. And all of these fun activities that we were talking about, I didn't spend any time thinking about this person going to fight, this person's going to do that, all of these things that's going to happen on the way. I didn't spend any energy on that. All I did was map out this great time that I wanted the kids to have for that day. Now, the kids don't know that I'm mapping this out. The kids don't know that this is about to happen. This is something I've just decided, you know, the night before, I'm going to do this when I go in the morning. And I'm calling people to put the plan in place. But on that particular day, there was no fights, there was no gunshots, there was no stabbings, there was nothing. There was nothing but the day of enjoyment that I had created for the kids. Now, I say that they didn't know because by the time the students would get to us, whatever malicious thing would happen would have already taken place prior to them coming to the classroom. So it just showed me what our energies can do, even for kids whose behaviors are usually not what we would want them to be, what that could do just for my energy to change the things around. Are there any occasions, Tony, where you could know that my thoughts, my behavior change the energy and environment around?
Oh yeah, all the time. Everything, really. Like if your energy and your thoughts that comes in, you can literally disrupt, or you can enhance, or you can, depending on what your intentions are. Mm-hmm. If I come in, I want to be disruptive. I can come in and say something completely different that has nothing to do with what you're talking about, that throws the conversation off, that is very not producive to where it is we're trying to go. Or I can come in and be producive.
Okay.
Or productive. Conducive.
Conducive and productive.
Sure y'all caught that one.
I heard conductive and productive.
That's right. I was switching it up in my head, but yeah, productive. Productive. And but it's your thought. It's where it starts in the heart. What are your intentions? You know, you're coming in. Everybody, you always have intentions, and they're always selfish. Literally, always selfish intentions. You're not going to do something that you don't have an inspiration or some type of selfish desire to. Mm-hmm. The reason why you're helping someone else is because there's something selfish in you that wants to fix that for them so that it can help you. Mm-hmm. Why would you not? You know what I mean? So but we put a bad label on it. Like, all this stuff is inspiration. It all comes from within. And why are you doing this? Because it's fucking with me somehow. Or I don't like that because I don't like the way it makes me feel. Or I like that because I like the way it makes me feel. All selfish, all coming back to you. Mm-hmm. But, not in selfish where it's like not in the way that it's projected. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're selfish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. You should be thankful. Because if I wasn't,
it's like, is there anything wrong with being selfish? I think there should be a time when I go, today it's about self. Yeah. Today it's about looking out for me. Today it's about enjoying me and making sure that I replenish myself so that when I give of myself to others, I have something to give. You know, I'm not depleted, you know.
So which leads my person who wanted to incline to share, it's healing life. As Precious Mother Love said, it's not necessarily healing practice things my person does to, it's time to heal, so we have to do this. Whatever my person does, everything my person does is healing. And the context, because for quite some time it has practices what is intentional about this. Mm-hmm. And what that looks like is simply in the evenings, my person does this wind down where it sees Oya ritual, taking a shower. Before going to see Oya, we already decompress. You know, we kind of go through and, do the work beforehand. Going to see Oya, for those who may not be as familiar, it's a deity in the more or less of the Yoruba tradition, one of the African religions, the spiritual modalities. My person resonates with Oya because of the masculine and feminine vibration that her person has. You know, the mother, grandmother, not really astute in that particular modality, but yet draw from basic characteristics about that deity to empower my person. This is all healing, to kind of draw from these things. And so the empowerment of, oh, you have this divine mother, this divine feminine energy for healing, cleansing, purifying, instructing. And of course, my person, you know, need a little get back, you know, get back in line, you know. Then Oya has that vibration as well. Then after that, of course, the wind down, the stretching, the movement, the breathing, you know, just to release anything that's preventing, or to release anything that's resisting the integration of the intention of how my person should be. And this is on a nightly basis. So that, and that in of itself is the preparation of this body, because within that, my body is with intention says, okay, remember this vibration. So as it arises on the next day, next rise rising, it has a familiar place to be. And it's easy to come back here. And throughout the day, it is emphasized this healing with my person's communication. The words that it chooses to use. And now it's becoming more aware of the timbre in which my person delivers. It says it should be more rhythmic, you know, and just in such a way that's reflective, not just the words, but reflective of the love and the peace and the joy that my person had just for experiencing creation. It should be reflected. And if it's reflected in the voice of communication, that's healing, because how important the sound vibration is. It reflects whatever's happening on the inside. So just simply speaking rhythmically, you know, with a smile, and this is healing because it's the foundation of the night before, the night's work of releasing everything, making sure it knows why it should feel good. You know, this whole self-talk. Look what you got going on. Like, look where you come from. You feel good about this shit. We do. As we move and breathe, we do. Because we, you know, and just build upon that. So that's just the lifestyle. And, you know, it serves to be healing in and of itself. And specifically with the communication, just a little caveat, because your person had mentioned it appreciates the reminders. For example, as your person was sharing how it felt this week, and this morning, the physical vibration, you know, what your person experiences was what it said. Again, it said this week, so your person felt weak. It said this morning. In morning, there's a certain level of pain and discomfort when you're in mourning. Oh, in mourning, your person was experiencing that this morning and this week, which makes one weakened in a sense on this so-called weekend, because that's what it plays into. So by saying like strong in these things, you know, even though there may be some physical things there, that vibration, it makes it not as stay right, and it may not stay there as long because you're speaking words with a higher vibration. In the beginning, what's the word? Of course, we all know these things. So just speaking throughout the day is healing. Being intentional with what you speak, then just reflecting at night. What do we say and what do we act? Because our actions is our speaking in action. He's like, because words is like you hear the words, but the action is the manifestation of the word. So that sounds very familiar. So in the beginning was the word, became flesh. It's some good stuff. So anyway, so yeah, this is how my person is here. Go ahead. Yeah, we're complete.
So it's still not to what y'all was saying, but like I noticed yesterday at work. When I came in, you know, I was all happy and positive and like smiling and talking to everybody and having like a really good day. And then I don't remember what happened, but like all that energy changed and went more to a more negative space that I wasn't seeming to be able to pull myself out of. And then it was like everyone was like, oh, you know, what's going on? What's wrong? Are you okay? And I kept saying no, but then I was noticing that like the people around me were also kind of like taken in on that negative space and started to look down in their eyes and shifty and quieter and stuff. And then now it's like I'm thinking about it. It's like I'm realizing that like my energy and stuff was really really affecting the workspace, especially the people that like people I became friendly with. They seem more into that as well. And I'm like, that's interesting. But then I'm thinking about how, you know, when you came in, Precious Mother, how like at first I was like, feel some way, but then like I felt your energy coming in, and I was like, oh, she's smiling and everything, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, like that's like trying to now it's the thing that I'm like, I want to be more aware of that now, because it's really a thing.
Right.
And then it's like in all the like the I am statements and like how you're setting your tone and mode. It's like when I go in there and I'm thinking, okay, so I'm going to have a good day and I'm going to be happy, and I'm like, this is a good day. Like I am having a good day, but I kept saying that all day. I had a good day all day. Then it was like, oh, no, I'm not happy anymore. So now I'm irritated. Now I'm frustrated. And the more I kept saying that, the worse and worse it kept getting. And I was like, just thinking now, like I was sucking myself more and more into those spaces. And it's like, I want to be more mindful, not to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Especially knowing now that like the power that it has, not just on me, but everyone else.
Right. That's awesome, Michael. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's like more often than not, the things that we think bad are going to happen don't happen. You know, we might be worried this might happen, and those things don't happen. It's like we get car insurance, you know, for our cars just in case we have an accident. And then there are people that go years and never have an accident. And then there are people that just never have an accident at all within their cars, but we pay for this insurance, you know.
Health insurance too.
You know.
But I know quite a few people that don't have health insurance and don't ever think about being sick either.
Right.
Your thoughts create things.
So you're not in that space. In this conversation, and I'm gonna start with myself. I have this whole right leg and foot and everything that's completely swollen. And I was looking at that this morning, and I got a pair of plastic shoes that I wear around the house, and one of the shoes are ripped. And I know that the shoe broke because the foot swelled while I was wearing the shoe one day, and when I was walking, the shoe broke. You know, and then I keep stepping on that shoe and like, the shoe is broken. But what I'm challenging with myself today is to spend some energy this strong in healing of this leg and getting the swelling down and getting the pain and things to shift and move, because I've spent so much time rubbing it, talking about, oh, it hurts. And so my challenge this strong is going to be like, oh, you're healing. Look at that. Oh, I see you swelling going down. Just to send different energy to this limb. So Sunday, I'm going to share back. And if I don't volunteer that information, somebody ask me about it and see where we are with that. Because I think this is what these discussions are about. What can we do going forward that might shift and change some things? You know, like Tony, maybe he could put a Bluetooth on so that his phone ain't talking while I'm talking in the background. But tell us something that you could look at to do this week, Tony, to let's make a plan for shift.
Be conscious of my words and how I'm saying it, the order I'm saying them in. Because that's interesting when, it hurts, you rubbing it in. No, it feels good. It's how you're programming yourself into your reality. Like literally, you speak things, it'll happen. So stop speaking things that are effed up. And be conscious of, think about what you're thinking about, even if you're thinking, because your thoughts are just as powerful as your words and your actions. It's just different layers or densities of the creation.
Yeah.
All one creation.
Right.
Yeah.
How are you programming your creation?
Right.
Yes, you want a big house. Is there a big hole in the wall? No, it's not a big hole in the wall. Don't think about that. Why would you think about a big hole in the wall that it's like this gets straight from outside right into my house? No, there's a door there. Right. There's windows there. Everything is filled in. Why would I go think of something messed up? Oh, the bathroom's messed up. The toilet don't flush. Or little things that I think about during the day or during the process of my thinking that caused
Giovanni.
these negative things to come into my situation.
Awesome.
So I
Awesome.
was trying to get the value.
It's like you're really, really, really busy. What is it that you would like to do, Giovanni? Spend time with your family? What do you like doing with your family? Going somewhere? Mhm.
Like to your house.
Like coming to my house.
Ah.
Awesome. Awesome. Did you enjoy being at my house this trip?
Yes.
Name one fun thing that you did. You played with the football rocket?
Yes.
Who did you play with the football rocket with? They can't see you. You want to say a name? What's his name?
I didn't say his name.
What is it?
I didn't.
Well, say it again. I didn't hear you say it. Master, I forgot. Master is chef. Oh, okay. Y'all played with the football rocket, Master Chef?
Yeah, that's fun. With St. Matthew also.
I still think
All right. Going forward for this strong, what are some things that you would like to put in motion for yourself, Matthew? Going forward, what are some things that you would like to put in motion for yourself? You don't know? Okay. Think about it.
What
Think
would
about
make
it.
me happy this week? Spending more time with my family.
Again?
Give us another answer.
They tell me to go in my room and I can't really come out.
Say it again.
They tell me to go in my room and it's like sometimes I come out. Not usually. Because my mom doesn't want to be disturbed when we get home.
So you would like, instead of your mom saying go to your room, for her to actually just spend some more time with you. Okay.
Also, one thing that would make my life easier is if Giovanni started listening to mom, because then she gets mad and she takes that on both of us, and I'm like, what did I do? Because he doesn't really listen to her when she says something.
I do. When you say something to me, I listen.
Do you do what she asked you to do?
Yeah.
Does she have to ask you to do it more than one time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe you could work on doing it the first time she asks, so that she doesn't have to ask more than one time. You think that'll help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's work on that.
What about
You want your watch?
Yeah.
What watch?
You got a watch, really?
Oh, that's right. Master Chef gave you a watch yesterday. Look, that watch has been around. Master Chef gave me that watch to give to you a long time ago. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Let's hope it runs out of battery soon.
Huh?
Let's hope it runs out of battery soon.
Time is now.
Right. Precious mother love. What are some things you want to create for yourself going forward?
More
You
balance.
know what is it?
More balance this strong. I have decided that I am putting more energy into my family in the way of my daughter, my
Okay.
grandchild, and my brother. And so in order to find time for myself, I have to be able to balance my energies with them. So I want to pay attention to everything that I am applying my attention too.
Mm-hmm.
Am I focusing in the right places so that I can continue to flow freely into the direction of being able to help others? And I'm going to help myself first, and then I share the overflow. So I said it backwards. I started saying it backwards. I had to talk myself back into, wait a minute, I come first. And then I share the overflow.
Mm-hmm.
And so that made me feel better just now, switching my horse in the middle of the stream.
Uh-huh.
Instead of flowing in the other direction, I believe I am going to feel more overflow so that I can share. Starting with myself,
Right.
but then my overflow as well be shared. So I'm going to intentionally show myself more attention so that I can intentionally have more share.
Interesting. While you were speaking, when you was like starting with myself, when you said overflow, it's like I for whatever reason it put me on a plane. And you know when you start the flight, they tell you take down the mask, and if you have someone that may need assistance, take care of yourself first, so that you then are able to take care of the other person. Because if that other person needs your assistance and you start trying to take care of them first before you can give that person assistance, they might expire. And you expire as well because you didn't take care of the person that's doing the provision of helping, So
I thought you said expired
mm-hmm.
because it made me think of Tina Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Turner, I kept saying I was going to reach out to her, and I actually kept saying, before she died, I better do it before she died. I better do it before she died. And I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing was, I think I was talking myself into waiting until it was just that close.
Mm-hmm.
And then it actually happened. My grandfather was like Tina Turner's manager until he passed. Tina Turner said the eulogy. So to me, my singing voice, because I'm a vocalist, I perform, I have music, I've written, and actually the chef has performed with me very often. But because he plays the saxophone. But I didn't like my voice, and I didn't know why until recently I realized my voice sounded a lot like hers when I sing. I'm able to sing with inflections like her, and so I didn't like my voice because it reminded me of her. Because she reminded me of my grandfather's passing, and I kind of blamed her because of his lifestyle. But anyway, so thank you for letting me share, but I need to get that out of my system. So some kind of way I related it to the fact that you said what I thought was expired. My thoughts went there, but
right.
Shout out in the ancestry realm to Tina. Thank you for all the ways that I've been able to associate love to you, brother.
So that's what love got to do with it, you see? She asked a question, your person answered. What a connection. And speaking of love, as I don't want to jump in too soon, wanted that to breathe a little bit, because that was pretty powerful insight your person just came up with. So, as it continues to breathe, just want to do a little what my person calls compound interest. Add a little more feel good if it resonates. As your person spoke about Precious Funaya during the Sundays and how your person don't know if it could, every commitment. But my person recalls Heart Happy Hour on every Friday on a consistent basis. So your person have done it, have done this. So it's in you when your person just decides to do it. It is there. The commitment, every strong to just show up and give of yourself to those who may be needing, who may be wanting, who may be, we wait for you, precious mother. Oh, give thanks I just did it. Because that's what they feed, come back with. So just sharing your person, do that. So
okay.
Yeah.
I take that and I raise that because I actually did it on other days, not on Sundays. And Sunday has this special, powerful community corporate value that we tap into because everyone else is praying and in church and in the corporate position of raising their voices and their vibration up to the highest ascension level on Sundays, specifically Sundays. So I thank you for sharing that. Yes, I had the dedication, and still, it's hard to be still around. But what I'm saying is that I think I give a special place to doing it on Sundays. Because Sundays is, like Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. For what? For a day of rest, for a day of reverence, for a day of R&R to rejuvenate and recharge yourself. So to take that special time and place out from that, it's like you're gearing up to actually have that overflow to share for that morning, that top of the day. So I accept that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I had not thought of that. And I definitely take that with lots of grains of salt and value to it, pat it down and shake it over, as well as, raise you and see you for your value for Sundays.
Sweet and salty, like the boom chicka popcorn.
I'm a heartaholic.
You're who or what?
Heartaholic.
Heart.
Heart. Okay.
I like shots of that all the time. Not just on Sundays or Friday,
Right.
all the time. I'm at happy hour right now.
Right.
It is going to be more because we're going to get this blunt later. It's going to be more. Like, oh, and then we share everybody, and it's anytime I see you, my heart feels a certain type of way. It's like, oh, there goes my shot,
Right.
shots everybody.
That's right.
Of heart, of love. And then there's the effects after that lasts for the time, and then we get ready to leave. Oh man, I really want another shot before I leave. You know what I mean? So
Turn down for what?
Right. For what? Like, why am I separating myself from this happiness to go into unhappiness for whatever reason that somebody said I had? No, I don't have to do that. I don't have to be unhappy in any situation, shape, form, or whatever.
Right.
That's him spending time with the family. That's very significant. Yourself is your family. Then the outside family comes in, and then doing yourself. So it's a reason like by himself for certain time to tap into himself. And then come because he needs a long time too. You see what I mean? So it's like, oh wow, it's like, all right, I'm happy all the time. I can be. I can be happy all the time. I choose to be happy all the time. What was the other thing you said earlier? I put the I'm what am I working on this week or something like that.
That's right.
I'm working on this week to be happy all the time, no matter what. Anything. Happy. Oh, look at that! That just happened. Happy. Get a shot of happiness. You see what I'm saying? Be an alcoholic for happiness.
Happyaholic.
Heartaholic, running through this joint. Yeah.
Loveaholic.
One of my vision boards I have a high happy IQ.
Oh.
So in order to make things happy, sometimes you have to be able to see the happy, but to see the happy, you have to learn how to manipulate the energies to turn it back to your true north, which is happy.
Whatever makes you happy, yeah. Whatever makes you happy, yeah. Whatever makes you happy, yeah. Whatever. That used to be my song when I would have a rough day. Just coming home, it was like, okay, I can't take this energy home with me. And I would play that song and play that song and play that song.
That's the truth.
For those who have ridden in the car with me when that song played over and over and over, the grandkids would be like, Queen Gigi, you got another song?
I know, and I was like, oh, come on. I didn't know.
Yes. Anyone else want to share anything online today?
Not as of yet. No one else is sharing.
What would you like to share, Giovanni? What makes you happy? You love I love having to spend time with you. You know you're my favorite Giovanni, right? You're my favorite Giovanni in the whole world. I give you everything you want? Oh, you speaking things into
Yeah. So you got to do it.
Because everything you want is love, right? That's what you want. Everything you want is love, right? Yeah, I would give you love all the time. In fact, come here, give me some love.
Yep, she took the power back.
Right, right. Just like that.
And everybody's happy.
I'm going to save myself some money real quick.
Right. And the seal of deal, let's do it right now. You got it. You want to get everything. Yep. So there it is.
You better believe it. You know, all day, every day.
I would like to share something.
What's that?
So, I would just like go ahead and thank Jesus and God for everything they've done for me. Like, Jesus and God and everything they've done for you, like what? Like how they've helped me, like how they helped me through COVID-19 and not go crazy. I was gonna go crazy like multiple times during COVID-19 if he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Helped me get through tough situations like when when my grandfather passed away just like a couple months ago.
Okay.
He helped me get through that too. And he helped give me luck when with me and my business going better than how I hoped it would.
He's helped you, blessed your business for you. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of luck.
Yeah.
A little caveat, a little suggestion. When speaking about what God and how God has helped you, you may not want to use the word luck, because luck is generally it's like, oh, you lucky, don't know how it happened. Whereas the blessing has a similar connotation, but it implies that because of the love that God has for you, because of the connection, the relationship, God just looked out for you. So it's not really luck. It's like just you being obedient, you doing good, you praising God, not afraid to talk about God. You're not afraid to talk about me. We want to bless you, we want to help you out. So they're just saying it's not really luck. It's like God just looking out for you because you're doing good. You're obedient, as they say. The person's obedient. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move on.
Yes, to Queen Mother just chimed in here also. Then her person says, peace and love. I want to chime in again. First, I want to say I'm 78 years old. Mm-hmm. 78 years old. I have been diagnosed with chronic kidney failure. I'm on dialysis 3 days a week, and I want you to know that this for many is what we call a negative experience. What I've learned that is it's part of my assignment. I'm not depressed or down about what I'm going through because I know the power of self, my creator, and my ancestors. So with this being said, I'm not alone. And when I have a bad session at dialysis, and that's T period. Maybe there's something else that came through. Something that was just cut off at dialysis. So I'm not alone. And when I have a bad session at dialysis, there's a T there. So, maybe she'll chime back in or.
It might have been a typo. So.
Okay,
Because it sounded like a complete thought. You know, even if she had some more she wanted to say, it's not a complete thought. But that's the power of peace. I know when I was dealing with cancer, my shift was from, well, I decided I wasn't going to go through that chemo and things anymore. And so I decided I was going to find holistic ways to be cured. I am cured today, you know, and I had a whole lot of holistic support to make that come into fruition. So it's like it's a mindset that shifts things, that gets you to where you want to be. And part of life, you know, illnesses come, things happen. But in the process of whatever is going on, what is it you say to yourself and do with yourself to get through that moment? Because if you choose to be depressed, which she is not doing, it only exacerbates the situation, opposed to moving you to a space of being able to enjoy and find some great quality in your life. Was there was that the last piece?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Nothing else has come in as of yet. So.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move to the integration, if you will.
All right. And as we prepare for the integration, any announcements? Are there any?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
The full moon is this Saturday. So we will be at the Positive Energy Works location in Capitol Heights. We will have three master healers that are presenting workshops and a meditation, which is the Gateway Meditation, or shall I say, the highly acclaimed Gateway Meditation.
Right on.
So it starts at 7 p.m. and it's at a baby ranch on Opus Avenue in Capitol Heights. And so we'd love for everyone to come over and join us. The master healers each have their own wares that they vend. Mm-hmm. So there will be jewelry, there's poetry, there's heart touch therapy possibly available. There's Reiki, which Mama Io does. She is the main attraction. She is a world acclaimed, or what say, a world renowned breathologist. Okay. And so she's going to present her latest, and you know, it's funny that we say latest. I'm going to talk about that word in a second, but she's going to present her latest and greatest. Mm-hmm. And so we'll have 3 workshops, as well as a fire circle, which we're going to kick off the night with some I am statement vision boards that will take us into the fire circle, which is at the very end, which is after the gateway ceremony. So blah, blah, blah. This is a self-healing experience. Yes. And so the self-healing experience, we call it a she ceremony. So Master Shep will be presenting his bolt, not religion, what do you call it? Philosophy. Yes. His philosophy
initiation.
Of life. Bolt initiation. Yes. And it's actually just a mini workshop because coming down the pike is also our retreat, a gateway retreat. So we're going to do a lifestyle event, and we have many lifestyle workshops at this, which kind of gives you a taste at the full moon. So look out for that. It's coming. But for Saturday, we're presenting workshops, fire circle, drum circle, gateway meditation, and 3 master healers. Ashe? I mean to say it's not on the flyer, but the flyer will be posted as well. But it's 420 friendly.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's.
We do need singing bowls, so if you would like to exchange your energy. We'll exchange your energy as well. We'll make sure that you help liven up the crowd and give us some of that youthful energy you have this year. Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry, I say really, but that's Nana. Yes.
Queen
As-
Gigi. They
as
call
Queen-
the other grandmother
as
Nana.
Queen Gigi. Yes. Queen Gigi can tell you better than I. So those are the strangers like me sitting next to you, listening to the family that you love. I would say no. Our other grandma's Nana.
Mhm. All right. So with that, this is simply integration time, which is our way of integrating our communion. The time we spend together as one, in one, experiencing one, as above, so below, in physical, non-physical, in all dimensions, and integrating the experience into this. To move us forward, this strong, to build upon, to become stronger. Until the strong end, which leads us to another strong beginning. For this, we integration, we say right on, amen, and ache.
Asheo.
That's a shot of happiness.
All right.
All right, we're going to do a little drumming. Close everything out for today. Thank you for joining us and being with us. And for those of you who will be watching online after the live ceremony, enjoy and thank you as well. And feel free to leave comments when you watch the videos. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. And check us out next Strong Sunday at 11 a.m.
Yes, or if you wish to come in person,
Come to
2415 32nd Street, Southeast Washington, D.C., Temple of Mother Earth. Doors open at 10 a.m. And before we go live, there's a sound bowl meditation that takes place. So
at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. So you'll come privy, 10:45, just before 11, you get a chance to.
Get a little bit up.
Right. And if not, if you show up at 11, the energy's still here. So you get the bask. Like the full moon. After the actual full moon, the energy's still here. So you still get the bask. Bask, darling. Bask in the energies. All right, Archie.
Yay.
We leave you. Like we started. In peace, wholeness, oneness. And we give thanks to all the assistance of maintaining this vibration. Until we open the portal again, we bid you adieu, good day, right on, amen, and ashe.
Till we meet again.
Till we meet again, till we meet again.
God be with you until we meet